Guys, if you are in criminal court, this is probably, if you're in criminal court and you've been convicted of a crime, I should say, this is the most important interview of the entire process. And for some folks, this is probably the most important interview of your life. And it's called a pre-sentence investigation interview. And so cases generally, they start with the charges. A person normally will plead not guilty, and then either, for one reason or another, the person has been convicted. Either they went to trial and they were convicted, or they took an agreement. And now in the state of Indiana, if a conviction is for a level 5 felony or greater, then by law, there should be what's called a pre-sentence investigation report that is produced and given to the judge prior to doing a sentence on a person. And what it entails is simply this. You'll have someone from the probation department that will sit with you. They will talk to you. They will have questions for you. And then based upon those questions, they lay out your background. They'll contact various institutions such as the schools that you went to. If you've had certain types of treatment, they'll do that. But in the end, this report is meant to be a snapshot of your life. And the reason why this is so important, and the reason why this interview is probably the most important interview of your life, is that in large part, it's not to say that at the sentencing hearing, of course you can have your family members there in support. Of course they can give written letters, character letters, etc. To the judge to consider. And of course your attorney, your defense attorney, will make arguments for you in that type of thing. But this report is really important because the judge and the courts, they really place a lot of reliance on this report because, probation's job is not to be biased. Their job is to produce an objective report that really lets the judge know the type of person you are, perhaps the challenges that you've had in your life, perhaps the various events in your life that may have shaped you and may have played a part in whatever the crime is that you've been convicted of. And so it's very important that you really, that you're honest, you're forthcoming, and that you really participate in a way that allows this probation department to get a real sense of who you are as a person. The other thing that is very important is you certainly have the right to have your criminal defense attorney there and present for the interview as well. But as you might imagine, if there's going to be a report produced that the judge that's going to make the decision in my case is going to heavily rely upon, this is indeed a very serious report. And so I say this to you, if you have to do it, take it seriously. Put your best foot forward. Give it a sincere effort because you never know. That report could make the difference between maybe you serving your sentence in the community, maybe you going to prison, or maybe you getting the right services and counseling and therapy, etc., that you need versus not getting it because you didn't give good information, etc. And so just keep that in mind. I hope that this video has been helpful. If you have any questions about this process or pre-sentence investigation, etc., please call me, email me, reach out. I'd be more than happy to help in any way possible. Until the next time, please remember, if you have to be guilty of anything, be guilty of greatness. Take great care. I'm Corey Scott.